Welcome back to Pentiment, folks. We have just snooped on confession, which I think is a no-no, but didn't seem to care. I got suspicious of the priest, but it doesn't seem like I'm supposed to be suspicious of the priest either A, yet, or B at all. But he said some shit that was like, those stupid peasants didn't like give up their aims after seeing the troublemaker slain. They just got worse. I can't believe this scheme didn't work. Anyway, time for some more confession. But also, Guy, the monk, was heavily implicated. And I was also, because it's been a little while since I've played, I've thought about this a little bit. Guy confessed that he had been stealing money. What's her face told us, I'm forgetting her name right now. The mystic told us that Guy had been stealing money from the abbey. And I was like thinking about the implications of stealing money from the abbey. And the fact that the abbey has been raising taxes on the peasants, it literally might be because Guy has been stealing money from the abbey. Depending on how much he's stealing, I don't know how involved this theft is, but obviously it's not helping, right? The place that the money is ending up coming from is the peasants, which is leading to all these tensions. So, as far as like the murder itself, it seems pretty clear to me that he would be, like, if he was caught, like, if what's his face knew that he was stealing the money, that's what it was, right? He confessed it, or is that just a separate? I'm trying to recall everything. He knew, right? That was the assumption of why he would be murdered by him. Or was it... Is that just separate? Confessed. Recognized the guy, he was abusing the seal of confession and sure Thomas would not tell the abbot. Gotta admit, that's a great scam. I remember that. Otto saw him writing in the abbey's financial ledger and confronted him about it. Yes, exactly. Determined to prove the abbey was hoarding money. So... if he had brought that, so he didn't know exactly, but it was enough that if it was brought to the thing's attention, to the prior's attention, then he would be probably caught and excommunicated and probably killed as well. And then the other suspects, who were the other suspects? I don't know, some guy in the woods. But it seems like he's my only suspect, and I only have, like, a couple seconds, I think, to get going. So I gotta get to work. Oh, yeah, the miller is another one. And he was having an affair with... what's her face? We also established that Casper is definitely guilty and possibly also possessed by Satan himself. Wait, what? Yeah, this guy. This guy's sus as hell. God bless you, Andreas. Like a good Christian. But I believe... I don't know what time it is. Is there a place to check time? Yeah, meal hours. Okay. It's friggin' meal hours right now. Do I go to the Druckers? I think I already went to the Druckers. I was supposed to go to a specific place for meals, I think. Maybe the baker? I wish I remembered. Hey, it's Lucky, who might have killed the other person. I have to find the real killer. Couldn't have been the abbot. You don't need to convince me. Best you get on that, then. The unrest bodes ill. Peasants are about to do something foolish. I pray I could stop them. Do you have any thoughts on who might have done this? No. Otto's got a few conflicts, but nobody I'd call an enemy. Best of luck. You don't have much time. Think of another mystery. So it would seem, God willing, you can put an end to this unrest. The peasants are angry. Even if what you and Casper said about the abbot makes sense, they don't want to hear it. It's too easy to blame Father Gurnet. Average Phil Jameson streamer comment. That's right. I don't even remember Casper. Casper is... This is the problem with playing a mystery game. I fixated on the details that were like the most recent, which is not always the best the best thing to do in a mystery game. But the most recent details were Guy's stealing money from the Abbey and Father what's his face is like suspicious. Casper's the boy next to me. Thank you, Ulrich. All right. Yeah, Casper is Satan, is what we've learned. Hey, Gret. Okay, I guess I'm not eating here. Oh, I can talk to Anna now. Help me with something? I can't show Mom and Dad because it's a secret. I can keep a secret. It's a note, but I can't read it myself. I thought the purple ink was pretty. What the heck? He knows who you are now. He won't stop the rat house after St. John's fire. What do you think it means? Must be a warning. Whoever killed Otto had a secret they didn't want discovered. He knows who you are now. At the Bowers house. Yeah, but this guy who's writing this stuff... That doesn't... Okay, so that... All right. That reframes stuff a little bit for me because the way the notes were written before, at least my reading of the notes were written before, was like, this is... We're part of an organization, and I am commanding you to do this thing. I won't tell. That was more like, I'm trying to convince you of something. Right? There's like... There's the way you talk to someone when they're a subordinate of you, and it's like, do this thing, have it done by this time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Or just like speaking in code or speaking in some sort of like... I don't know, much more authoritative than saying he knows who you are now, whatever. But, I don't know. Maybe I go eat with the Bowers. That reads to me like he's almost like pitching, you know? He's like pitching killing them. As opposed to telling. It's the Gertners. I don't really want to eat with the Gertners. They already ate with me and I stole too much of their food, essentially. So the Bowers? Yeah, okay. Johann, you want to eat with us? You and me need to talk. What's on your mind? Why are you helping the abbot? Peter is threatening the entire abbey, not just the abbot. Suppose you do have some friendliness with them. Those monks never did any good by me or my family. By my measure, they've done a lot of harm. I understand your anger towards the abbot, but the monks don't deserve to die. What do we deserve? To starve? When's the last time you went hungry, Andreas? Last month I count more lean days than full. If it weren't for Ulrich's charity, we wouldn't have any bread at all this week. Abbot should answer for it, but not by burning the abbey down. I don't know if I want to say that. I mean, yes. I also wonder how much control I have over stuff. I feel like in Act 1, I thought I was going to have a lot more control over the outcome than I did. Hey, Andres, heard a rumor you were back. Hello, Hans. Meet Kaspar, my apprentice. Hello. Hello, are you from Nuremberg like Andreas? I'm from Salzburg. Is that very far from here? Not too far, I think. A few days to the east on horseback. I've never been outside of Tassing. Or ridden a horse. Tassing's a wonderful place to live. I guess some of the men in town say it would be better if the abbey weren't around. Then you'd have to contend with the Lord. It's hardly better. I don't know. Could be nice to have a change. Careful what you wish for. Change does not come peacefully in the Empire. I guess we'll see. Until then, Hans. What's up, Patty? What's up, Veronica? All right, guess I'm not eating with them. Oh, here's Martin Bauer. Oh, he's one of the... Yeah, that's right. He was one of the suspects, and it just didn't make any sense to me why he would be a suspect. Seems like he came back from his travels a changed man. Last time I was in Tassing, he ran off. Now he's back. I didn't recognize him. All right, well, it's saying that something happened to him. For the better. For all the grief he gave me, we're happy now. Is that so bad? No, of course not. He did get into an argument with Otto when I was coming into town, though. What happened there? Yeah, they're very cute. Why all the questions about my husband, Andreas? Trying to catch up on everything that's changed. You're a poor liar, Andreas. Otto is pressing Martin to support him in the town commons. Martin's changed, and after his history in this town, he doesn't want to get... By the way... Me having studied oratory and being called a poor liar is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. They squabbled over it, that's all. Otto threatened Martin if he didn't cooperate. What was your husband so afraid Otto knew? Help me understand the truth. Martin does have a secret, I'll tell you. My Martin. Do a speech accusing them of being poor judges of character. Never came back. He died on the road. The man who came back is Jobst Farber. Damn! He traveled with my husband, and when Martin died, he took my husband's place. They looked alike. No one even noticed. Jobst has been a better husband than Martin ever was. He had a rough past, but he's a changed man. He saved the farm and our family. He works hard and lets me spend as much time with Veronica as I want. He's a miracle I never expected to have. I don't know how Otto found out, but I'm not surprised he held it over Jobst to get his way. That wasn't fair of Otto, but Jobst wouldn't kill Otto over it. But he has gotten in trouble before, hasn't he? Please, Andreas, I'm pregnant with his child. He's a good man. Leave us out of this. I don't know enough to make a promise, but I'm sure not making a promise is going to be remembered too, dude. Right now, I'm like, all right, well, Guy is stealing money, impacting the whole town, and he's a dick. This guy I don't know anything about. So I'm like leaning the guy who's a dick who's like ruining life for everybody, you know? Whenever you made a promise in the game, it came back to bite you. That's right. I can't promise anything. Isn't Martin. You don't know what he could be capable of. Maybe. I'll see you later. A man named Jobst Farber. There he is. Straight up can't talk to him. All right. I don't have time, I guess, is the idea. Andreas Mahler. Hello, Kat. Oh, would you look at that? You are back. And look at you. You've done well for yourself. And who's this? Kat, please meet Casper, my apprentice. Hello. He's got the posture of an artist, that's for sure. And a good Christian. I do. What brings you back to Tassing, Andreas? Just passing through on the way back to Nuremberg. How have you been, Kat? You seem well. I feel well. The past few years have been challenging, but I am stronger now for the Lord's trials. The posture of an artist sounds a bit like an insult. Yeah, a little bit. You're right. Oh, by the way, curious if anybody has any takes on this. I've been doing a bunch of research for sound bars. We've been using just TV audio for ages now. Our primary use is TV rather than movies. I don't watch as many movies. I want to watch more, but the primary use is TV. And then to some extent, maybe also some music in the living room. And we are looking kind of like mid-range budget. So currently I'm looking at the big three that am strongest. The big three that are in consideration the highest, strongestly, are the Sonos Beam Gen 2, the JBL 300 Mark II, and the Klipsch Core 200. Does anyone have any like strong opinions or any information that might be good for me to know? That's all I'm asking. If anybody is a soundbar head, it's a lot of numbers. Obviously, if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, then... But yes, it is a lot of numbers. And doing the research that I've gotten to this point was borderline agonizing. What are my priorities in a good soundbar? We don't think we want, at this point, because we're in an apartment building, we don't think we want like a top tier like bass situation. We don't think we need a subwoofer separately. It might be nice to have the scalability and to be able to add that in the future, but I don't think we want that because I don't think we want to bother our neighbors with it. I understand it would be better audio. And I don't think we want the surround sound speakers either. My thought is, based on what I've seen, that the Sonos seems like the clearest, like simple solution and etc. But there are maybe some other use cases where the other ones are better. For example, Sonos Beam doesn't have Bluetooth. So if I want to play music, I have to go through the app. I understand that's like a little bit more complicated. But yeah, I think television audio is kind of like number one, and then movie audio, and then music in that order. Do you think if you say the Abbey would have seized your land, she will hate you for your lawyer talk? We'll find out. Johann wished to buy it to preserve it for Brigitte and I, but with the taxes being what they are. So you would still be playing music? Maybe. Probably not that much. And maybe we would, I don't know. Would it primarily be music via Bluetooth-enabled means? I think we'd probably play it on the TV, but maybe we would want to have that option. I don't think it's a high consideration. Because Bluetooth audio, I don't know. If we're getting a nice speaker, I don't think we want to use Bluetooth audio. I do not wish the fate of Tilia Kemperin on any woman, least of all myself. Times may be hard in Tassing right now, but God truly does answer our prayers. I'm glad you and your family are well, Kat, despite everything. Thank you, Andres. It is truly good to see you again, even in the midst of such terrible times. Did want to ask you more about your son, actually. What changed? Oh, that's right. He was still gone by the time he left. He returned several weeks later, like he always did. Still causing trouble for the town? No, not at all. He's become a stalwart presence in the town. He's so good to Brigitte. He hasn't stolen anything or run off in years. Truly, the Lord provides for his faithful. I don't know anything about that. Quite heated. Of course not. They become close friends, like brothers. Even brothers quarrel. I've not chosen to say any of this. He is pushing it so hard. I haven't selected a dialogue option in like 8 lines. Is your soundbar a famous YouTuber? It's weird how okay she is with her son being replaced. Frown thoughtfully. I know my own son. As you say. Until later. Until then. Yeah, I don't know. I think he has motive. Guy has motive. And my guess is this is another one where I'm going to get to the end and I'm going to accuse somebody and then they're going to be like, but what if you were wrong? But I wasn't wrong. Guess we're going to go to the mill, see if we could eat with them. Maybe I'll get the last little bit of... You have meal plans? Husband would hoping you would eat with. I'd love to join you. Master Mahler. So glad you could join us. And you're my apprentice, Caspar. Of course, Caspar. Welcome. I hope you'll enjoy everything I've prepared this evening. Lenhart, will you pray before the meal? Who else would? You? Paul? Our guests? You fucking idiot. I apologize, Lenhart. Master Mahler. Forgive me. It's not a problem. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. I'm sure that gun in the background is fine and means nothing. Certainly not pointed at me or anything. Through Christ, our Lord. Amen. 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 I must say, Andreas, I'm sorry I never had you eat with us on your first visit to Tassing. I was preoccupied running the mill, you see, and you were too poor at the time. You know how busy your father is, Paul. Lenhart is always working on something. A wandering artist, not even a master at that, held no interest for you. Of course, I understand the mill must be hard to manage. It's almost easier to manage now with the windmill. It's the only one in Bavaria, you know. Well, I've remedied that little lapse in courtesy now. You're getting the best I have to offer. And the best I have to offer is the best in Tassing. White bread. Andreas, when you have some time, you should come hunting with me up in the mountains. It's exhilarating. I'm trying to find a murderer, you know. Yes, well, enough about Tassing. Tell me how you've made that fortune. How is life in Nuremberg? My wife and I live quite comfortably. Without that wife around, you can get up to all sorts of fun while you're here in Tassing. There are plenty of willing parties if you know what to do. I prefer my art. Thank you. Remain silent. Well, you're certainly a man passionate about his work, if you made so much of yourself in so short of time. Peasants around here could learn a thing or two from you. No one around here even knows what work is. Even nobody wants to work anymore. Let's go! Lenhart! Dropping the Kim Kardashian. Nobody wants to work anymore, baby! Woo! Oh, you know he's the good guy now. Of course, I'm raising Paul to be better than all that. That boy's got to have higher aspirations. What do you want me to do, Paul? Stop being poor. I'd like to be like you, Master Mahler. I love seeing the art in the church. I want to paint like that someday. Not this nonsense again. Do you think I could be an artist, Master Mahler, even though I'm a little old to start? Takes a long time and many years of training to become a master artist. Of course, abandon your father, Paul. Spit on everything I've done for you, for this family. Lenhart, I'm sure if Paul was only showing his appreciation for Andreas' vocation and work. He wasn't actually suggesting. I'm sorry. Oh, by all means, keep talking, Elsa. See where it gets you. Yeah, I mean they okay, so here's the thing. They made Guy just loathsome from a macro perspective of effect on everyone in the town. They made Lenhart loathsome in a anybody he crosses. Wonder if we got back quick enough for that to stay as one VOD. See what this clip is. Nobody wants to work anymore. Let's go! Lenhart! Dropping the Kim Kardashian. The dove counter was too powerful. It shut down the stream. Okay, I don't know exactly where it cut off, but they've made... Okay, we've got 3 suspects. We've got Guy, Lenhart, and Martin. Or Martin. Guy is like a dick, but he's not like, he hasn't personally done anything to anyone, right? Like it's all second order. Unfortunately, I think he has had the most broad negative impact, depending on how much he's stolen. He's basically ruined the town, right? So I'm still leaning him. Lenhart seems to have the weakest motive for the murder, but appears to be just a monster in his day-to-day life. Just like consistently with anybody he encounters, he's just like the biggest dick of all time. He clearly abuses his family. He is like, who is he cheating with? That was the motive, is that he's cheating with somebody, I think. He is like basically saying, hey, you could cheat on your wife in front of his wife. And also threatening her at the table. And has like also had, you know, there's also some macro arguments about Lenhart, that he charges too much for the access to the mill. And you could easily make the same argument about him with Guy in that way. And that's documented as opposed to so maybe I should kill him instead. Because I think I might not have enough evidence, actually. So he may not have done it, but you shouldn't feel too bad for accusing him and being wrong. Yeah, it feels a little bit like who did it is a little bit irrelevant here, because the game has told me that as of Act 1, the game told me like it doesn't actually matter who killed him because you can't actually be sure. That seemed to be what the game was telling me. And so it's almost like the person that I accuse is the person that I think should be removed from the town. It's kind of like, this is kind of like Trolley Problem, where the person on track 1 is a definitely innocent party, and the person on track 2 is just a person. And I get track 2 splits 3 ways, and I get to choose which way the thing goes. But someone's dying no matter what. So I don't know. Lenhart has the macro effects, has the micro effects. Guy definitely has the macro effects, has a much stronger motive, and in some sense you want to try to do the justice of it, but I don't think I think the game is going to tell you you're wrong no matter who you pick, or like imply you're wrong. And then Martin, the third one, no, that was the dog in this house. Apollo is not loud enough to whimper all the way over to this microphone. And yeah, the Martin clone, I don't know. The way they kind of avoided it, there's like a half implication that who this guy like actually killed Martin. She was like, Martin died on the road, but but whatever, move on. Now I love him. Don't dig anymore. So there's like vague implication that I forget the guy's name. Is that Franz? Killed Martin specifically to steal his identity. So that's possible too. But like he seems to have been a good influence on the town since. And we're not putting him on trial for Martin's murder. And the motive feels a little weaker to me. I don't know. He'd have to be like a real like hardcore criminal. I don't know for sure that he killed Martin. That's just kind of like a hint. I haven't done enough research on it. I haven't talked to him, etc. I won't have time to. So I think I gotta pick between Guy and Lenhart, and that's just like I don't know. It's probably Guy because the motive's stronger, and I think that's probably a better way to play the game. But that's just some thoughts on where we are right now. All right. I didn't mean to cause division. I apologize. I apologize for my son's ungracious behavior. I'll eat some custard pie now. Bread to pie to venison. The perfect order. Anyway, I'm glad you've come back to Tassing. Give me some real conversation, at least. Have you been busy investigating the murder, Andreas? What business is yours, Elsa? And I haven't much time to give Peter a suspect. Well, with any luck, the Duke will send soldiers here before Peter escalates things further. Certainly hope this all ends before there's more violence. Maybe the peasants need a little taste of violence to put them in their place, Think I chose the person that committed the murder the first time I played Act 1 and everything was a disaster. Solving the murders is a side quest. Yeah, it's mostly talking to people and kind of like talking to people. It's a dialogue game. One would think our peasants could learn from the failures in Swabia, but, well, God didn't really fashion them for thinking, did he? Peasants are in a hard spot. Restrictions affect the townspeople more than the peasants. That's what Otto was fighting for, even if I disagreed with him. Now that Peter's leading the mob, there's no sense to be made of any of it. He's just out for revenge. But Ulrich says what the abbot is doing isn't Christian! What, are you going to tell the abbot of all people what's not Christian, Paul? The abbey is entitled to profit from the land it owns and retain what it produces, just as we do. Oh, damn. Whatever, I'm saying it. You may be right. Well, I've had my fill, and I'd hate to keep you from your work with more idle chatter, Andreas. Andreas, you really must come hunting with me. It'll be a day you won't ever forget. I promise. I can't spare the time, Lenhart. If you change your mind, just say the word. I'll make the arrangements. Thanks for coming to sup with us, Master Mahler. The meal is delightful. Thank you. Please, Andreas, you don't need to be so polite on Elsa's account. One would hope she had learned to be a better hostess by now, but, well, our next meal together will be much nicer. Right, the next meal. Until then. 10 hours remain. Hello, Master Mahler. Casper looks so uncomfortable after all that. Casper always looks uncomfortable, and I love it. Sharpening a knife over here. Sharpening a knife, gun on the wall. I spawn here where the gun is pointing at my head. Oh, Staub. At least Staub doesn't wince when I go to pet him. If Staub winced when I went to pet him, I would kill Lenhart. I don't care who's the murderer at that point. Okay, so maybe I can't do this because it's too late, but we'll come back when we have more time. All right. So I can't do anything else. The game is telling me. Maybe there's something I can do, but I'd have to run over the entire town to find out. I guess I'll check this guy because I don't know who the hell he is real quick. All right. God bless you, Master Mahler. And off to bed we go, and off to bed we go. Once we pet Schlau, off to bed we go. Schlau, 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 Schlau. I guess we can go to the Abbey and see if we can learn anything about Guy. Probably not. They're probably all going to bed and time's up or whatever, but... Heard some Milkbone might be fun. Carl. Peter's ordered everyone to keep out of the library. Dang, they raided the sacristy? Peasants looted everything in here. Ciborium. Tabernacle. Cup or other vessel, typically made of precious metals, holds the Holy Host in locked and secure box. God's holy place. This may be more difficult than I thought. Should look around to see if anything's still left. I don't see anything, Master. Oh, look, a journal. Guy's ledger, let's take a look. I don't understand any of this. Take a look at these entries. Some of these numbers are awfully high. I think I see now. Double bookkeeping, a difficult type of accounting to understand. I'd be struggling to make ends meet, but the accounts seem to balance out. Mostly donations from pilgrims, income. This page is not part of the ledger. It's a sheet of parchment with a few notes. Why is it tucked away in the ledger like this? Just hang on to it just in case something doesn't feel right. I should have read it. I saw Martin Bauer at the last second. But I can't look at it anymore. Okay. Back to the church. Very nicely done, Duffy. Y'all still in here? Hey, sup? Peter's orders. Why are there still supplies here? Mostly writing tools and parchment, but wait, what's this? Lemons and a penknife? Lemon juice can be used as disappearing ink. Nice. I don't understand. What do you mean you don't see anything? Oh, you just... Oh, okay. I have to hold it without burning the paper. Dude, this is crazy. What? Is this really what I'm supposed to do right now? Now this is a mini game. I can't... Okay. Guy was stealing from the Abbey. Was stealing from the Abbey. 7 florins in March alone. That's as much as my father makes in a month. Sending it to the accountant, an Augsburger man who was depositing it with Who was he depositing it with, dog? I couldn't click on it, unfortunately. If Otto knew about this, Guy would certainly have motivation to silence him. It's evidence we can use to show Guy was sending skimmed money to a proxy account in Augsburg. Lemon desk. Love to write down all my crimes. This is where what's-his-face was. Before we murked him. Prominent group of bankers. Accumulated enormous wealth. Nice. Oh boy. Rest in peace, my old friend. You don't have to call him old. He's dead. Damn. Safe friend at this point. Where are all them monks at? They all in the library? Imprisoned? Damn. Brutal. I wonder if there's implications outside the person I'm framing also, though. I haven't been down here. Hey, kitty. Because the peasants are mad at the abbey, but if they get mad at someone outside the abbey, I wonder if the implications are lower? I don't know. Okay. It's good. That's going to come through for us later, that we fed that cat. That cat's going to save our life. Get to pet Mirabilis now. Huge dub. Dang. They said ransack the joint, boys. Kept the guest house locked, though. That's nice of them. You're about to be killed at the end of the game, but all the pets come save you. All right, we'll see if we can buy a drink for everybody, but if not... What's up, Killian? Good day, Master Mahler. There's nobody left. Hello, Andreas. Mr. Swordman. Hello, Andreas. All right, time for bed. I think in the morning we got to accuse somebody, but... Everything I can do for you? Pretty vocal against Otto. What was that about? That's what I said then. I don't want anyone to get hurt, especially now. Already had one death in Tussing. We don't need any more. You spoke out. Golden Hand relies on pilgrims and travelers for its business, Andreas. If Otto got his way, everything would be chaos. Swabia is burning as it is. We need the law to live civilized lives, Andreas. What Otto is advocating for. No, thank you. Seems like a strong motive to want Otto out of the way. Damn. Are you accusing me of killing Otto? Don't be absurd. I disagreed with the man. You think I would kill him? For what? Is anything better now that he's dead? Unless there's anything more you need, I won't abide by this foolishness. No, sorry to bother you. Good day, Andreas. Sometimes you gotta just hint that someone might have committed murder before you go to bed. All right, let's do it. You saying I killed a man? Good day. Have a good sleep. See you in the morning. I'll have breakfast ready. Mario and Toad. Didn't make it. Andreas, get up. Wake your boy, too. What are y'all doing here? Getting you. You're needed in the commons. Let's go. Oh, damn. We'll be asking the questions, Mahler. All right. We'll get dressed and be along. We go to the town square, and a bunch of beans are dancing. Casper, wake up. Master Andreas? What's going on? It's the middle of the night. Something's happening in the commons. Peter and the others want us there. Will he be all right, Master Andreas? Don't worry. I won't let anything happen to you. We'll be fine. That's nice. I'm like a dad. All right, now that everyone's here, we can start. Start? Start what? We're holding a trial for Outer's murderer. You're the one with the evidence. You decided a Vemic court is the best way to handle this. Also called silent courts or courts of punishment. These are Westphalian courts overseen by lay judges who can pronounce and execute capital punishment on behalf of the emperor. They have a dark reputation for vigilantism. Westphalia, duchy located... read the first one like a absolute killer, and then I got 2 words into this one and just my brain shut down. Westphalia, a duchy of the Holy Roman Empire located northwest of the center of the empire. It is ruled by the Archbishop of Cologne, one of the most powerful prince-electors of the empire. You woke me up for a trial? Yes, we damn well did. You've had your time and we need justice now. Well, what have you found? We're all waiting. I barely had a day to investigate. Answer the man. Please, Andreas. Give us the killer. Calm down, everyone. This isn't fair. Better fucking decide, Mahler. You can watch that damned abbey go up in flames. Be quiet. I have a woman in labor right next door. This behavior is shameful. She loses her child because of this fighting. It will be on your souls. Agnes is right. I know you want justice for my husband, for your friend, but I don't want any things to get worse as they are. Please, Dad, give Andreas a little more time. Fine. You got until that baby is born, and then we'll claim our justice. It's the right decision, Peter. Humph. Nice work, Agnes. Who that? Good evening. Is it customary in tassing the people gather in the commons in the middle of the night? We do what needs to be done when it needs to be done. Who's asking? My name is Tristan von Fraunberg. I'm here on behalf of the Duke of Bavaria. The Duke is aware that you have been distributing and discussing the 12 articles. He is also aware that you have been disputing conditions of taxation and land use with the Abbot of Kearsarge. The Duke is merciful. He does not seek to punish tassing for these disputes, but his mercy has limits. The Duke has become aware that you have imprisoned the abbot and monks of Kearsarge within the abbey. This is insult, this is rebellion. For this there can be neither tolerance nor mercy. You have until sunset tomorrow to vacate Kearsarge Abbey and release the abbot and all monks. If this is not done, the Duke's soldiers will enter the town and the abbey in force. As certain as night follows day, they will kill every man and boy who stands in their way. God protect us. We never wanted to threaten the abbot, sir. He wouldn't listen to our demands. We're starving. Such efforts were unnecessary since the townsfolk are also suffering under the abbot's increased taxes. The Duke is aware of the town's complaints and finds some merit in them. He believes some concessions can be made regarding the death tax and use of the forest for wood. Of course, only under the strict condition that the abbot is released unharmed. And what do the peasants get? What about our taxes? What about the right to use the woods for grazing? for fishing. The Duke is unwilling to make additional concessions. You can release the abbot and take what is offered, or you can remain defiant and face the consequences. It will yield you little. Sans steel and fire, save steel and fire. Sunset tomorrow. No concessions? Megamind meme? Why didn't they say that, by the way? Why didn't they say no concessions Megamind meme? You're in for a rude awakening. Hey, Anna, good morning. Sorry I called you a murderer last night. Anything can I do for you? No, sorry to bother you. Soldiers approach, final hours. Let's take a look at what that is. Soldiers are surrounding tasking. I only have until the end of the day to finish my investigation. I'll do that quickly to convince the mob the abbot is innocent. Hopefully it's enough to spare the town. I gotta go talk to... It's gotta be Guy. Legit. And then if I have another segment after and I don't know what to do, I'll buy the house a round of drinks. But I'm going to go try to talk to Guy by whatever means necessary. Let me just check what my journal says about him right now. Both the library and the monks, I need to work quickly. I could do the flowers. Any more evidence? Fresh lemons, mostly blank. If I can find... clear evidence he's stealing from the abbey. It doesn't look like there's any more that I can find about him unless it's... I'm going to go see if I could talk to him if he's somewhere else. My guess is he's locked in the library and I just can't talk to him. But I'm going to check everything to see if there's somehow some more... Okay, well, the nuns are... Maybe Gertrude knows something? Dang. Hand's missing. Wonder where it's gone. I don't. God bless you, Master Mahler. God bless you, sister. How are you faring? Mother Illuminata is grieved to hear about Otto's death, as am I. The Lord granted me the gift of knowledge and grief, so I will help the sisters how I can. What do you mean? Lost my husband and son before I took my vows. Lord willing, I will now guide the sisters in their grief. Pray your counsel soothe their spirits, as do I, Master Mahler. God bless you. I could also go hunting with what's-his-face. He might admit something to me, but... I've been fortunate. May bring God glory in your works. How are the other sisters doing? We pray for the resolution between the abbey and the townsfolk. I don't like the thought of brothers trapped in the library. Who knows how long this could go on. Once we find Otto's killer, Tassing will return to peace. I pray you are right. Godspeed. I must return to my duties. And you, sister. How about you, Sophie? Good to see you again. And you. The garden looks spectacular. I know it's been some time, but I must remind you of my vows. I cannot speak with men. Ah, that's right. Marguerite. Hello, who's there? Hello, Sister Marguerite. It's Andreas Mahler, the artist. Oh, Master Mahler. Mother Illuminata said you'd returned. Is there someone else with you? Yes, my apprentice, Caspar. Hello. God bless you, Caspar. You smell even more paint than your master. Sister Marguerite is blind. She relies on her other senses, Caspar. Oh, thank you. You're funny. Anyway, I should go. Of course. Until later, sister. God bless you, Master Mahler. And you too, Caspar. Is this it? No. into the aquarium. This is Dana. Greetings, Master Mother. Oh, Dana doesn't even want to talk. She says, fuck you, dude. Feverfew. It always smells so fresh. And its juices are especially good for hangovers. Got him. Illuminato, what's up? All right. Guess the nuns are not part of the story anymore. Classic. Wake me up inside. I guess we can go into the library through the secret passage, right? Not even the crypt was spared from the looting. This might be a bad idea, but... What's up, Adoc?
Who is there? Is it you, Lord? Come to claim my soul. Andreas, dear boy.
Are you ill?
I'm fine. I'm out of breath. My feel aches, but it will pass if God wills it.
Help you, Florian, or...
Do not concern yourself with me, Andreas. Make sure the others are well.
I will do what I can.
Good, good. I must rest.
Keep holding on, Brother Adoc. I don't really... actually, he might know something about this Guy stuff.
God bless you, Andreas.
Has anything new come to light? I must speak with you urgently about Brother Guy. Now is not really the time to discuss the enmity. Now, I know you do not care for each other, but it's hardly appropriate. Guy's been stealing from the Abbey. Pardon me? I must not have heard you right. He's been obscuring in the ledger, but the evidence is there. And Martelloni stole almost 7 florins and sent it to the fuckers in Augsburg. My God. That can't... How did you learn this? Found a receipt in the back of the Abbey's ledger written in lemon juice. Otto knew Guy's been skimming Abbey funds and he threatened to expose him. No. Can't think he killed Otto. I don't believe it. I wouldn't. Even those mild-mannered men can be moved to violence when his reputation is threatened. To kill a man, Andreas? No. I don't think violence of that kind is in his nature. I know his heart. You couldn't have made a mistake? Are you certain? You can check the receipt yourself. All you need is a candle. I suppose I must. Times are so dark, Andreas. Even with the Lord's light to guide us, I do not know how we will go on when this is through. There's little I can do about this now, but should we survive the coming days, the consequences for Brother Guy will be dire. Thank you for hearing me out. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So now I've oh, interesting. Now I can kind of like set that like moral thing in the back of my mind, like maybe he didn't kill him, maybe he did, but like we do have to punish him for ruining the town. He's now like that part is done. So maybe I do go for the other guy. Maybe I go hunting with him, see if he's got a reasonable motive. And if he does, we go with him. And I guess we also find out about Martin if we have time for it, but that seems to be the weakest. Seems kind of like a third one. Whatever you think of me and my intentions, I do care about Kirsal. We've not always seen eye to eye, but I've never doubted your care for this place. In that, we are aligned. One final thing. Have you spoken with him about this? No, not yet. He doesn't know he's been found out. Very well. Go with God, no more than ever. You as well, Father Gurnet. Do I talk to him? What do you think, chat? Talk to Florian? Nah, yeah, do it. Why have you come? You put yourself at risk. Wanted to see how you all are holding up. You're not out of danger. Peasants are on edge and we are stuck. You fear they truly want more violence? They may not be trained soldiers, but it does not take much military acumen to burn down a building full of books. If they hurt the abbot or damage the abbey, the Duke's armies will not show leniency. Believe me, a direct confrontation with real soldiers will end in a slaughter. Yeah, I think I maybe go for Lenhart because I think I get the sense that if I put it on Guy, they're gonna. They seem to be hinting that the place is getting burned down, and I've now exposed Guy to consequences for the thing. I don't, stealing does not necessarily. We're in the 1500s. Someone has to die. I have to choose who dies here. It's like morally, this dilemma is a friggin' dilemma, dude. They've written a friggin' dilemma for me. I worry about Volkberg and Rudiger. They're gentle people. But I'm especially worried about Adok. I tried talking to him. He didn't look good. But he's old and frail, and his health has grown worse since we fled here. Your marks of pains of the chest. I'm cut off from my tools, and were it not so, I'm unsure what might help against his affliction. We have 2 yeses and 1 no on it. I wish I could help. Salvia, I'm willing to do what I can to help. You're good of heart. Gertrude. Be safe, Andreas. I want to save Adok. That's more important to me. If I have to pin it on Geet, well, is he going to take all day? Oh, Volkbert. No. It's going to be all right. How can you know that, Lucas? Trust in Providence, brother. The Lord guides us through Gethsemane. They're going to hurt us. They won't. Look, Andreas is here. He will help. I'll help any way I can. It's all looking better already, Volkbert. God to send us a mediator. I don't want to die. You're not going to. We all will. No, please. Angels sing praises to our Lord. Will I join them if I die? We all join the choir one day, but you won't die here, Volkbert. Listen to Andreas. He will help us. Have either of you seen Brother Guy doing anything odd around the Abbey? Not that I can remember, but I'm usually busy in the kitchen. Maybe. I did see him going to the abattoir the other day. Near Vesper. The slaughterhouse? He had a book with him. Nothing strange about seeing Brother Guy with a book, but he doesn't go into the abattoir. He doesn't even go to the animal pens. That's work for me and Brother Weislaw. I see. Thank you, Brother Volkbert. Is that helpful? What does this mean for Brother Guy? No need to worry. I appreciate the help. God save us. All right, well. What's up, Guy? You asshole. You told Gurnet. Oh! You gonna do anything about it? You wanna start a brawl in the library with the brothers here? No, I'll find some way out of this. I'll figure something out. Good luck with that. You're a true bastard, Andreas Mahler, and you deserve the very worst of what's coming to you. I like to think we've been on reasonably good terms till now. Tell your side of the story. There has to be some reason for this other than simple greed. Threatening to break his nose did not help, but does there? You're a monk. You could hardly hope to have spent this money. You're a bastard, but you're not stupid. You wouldn't do this brazen without good reason. I'm going to go without someone noticing. I don't intend to be a monk forever. Welcome. Thanks for the follow. You'd leave the Benedictines? Look around, Andreas. Would you stay after this? Presuming we survive, or there's even an abbey to live in after all this is over. Even so, you could live off a nobleman off this. That wouldn't go unremarked. The money isn't for me. Say more. Money goes to help Jewish families who've been displaced or harassed elsewhere in the empire. We're killing Lenhart, baby! Let's go! We're killing the miller! They've had their land stolen, business seized. Some have been forced to convert just to keep their lives. It's cruel. I mean, it obviously ruining one group to help another group, not ideal, but Lenhart is like a... Lenhart's just like a villain. Unfortunately, that probably means that they're going to like go a little crazy against Lenhart, which means they're probably going to get Paul too, which sucks. But and of course, what are the other? You got Elsa and who is the other? There were 4 people at the table. It was Elsa. Oh my God, Staub. Don't bring up Staub, dude. That explains why you're so interested in the Inquisitions. I meant what I said. It's not right what's been done to them. Think whatever you like about it, but my cause is a personal one. What's the fate of the Empire's Jews matter to a Benedictine monk? Not every Jewish family was expelled from France. Those that agreed to convert were allowed to remain. My family was allowed to remain. The cemetery where their parents and grandparents were buried was sold for 11,000 pounds tournois. And the Duke of Burgundy used the steel to collect stelas to construct the Saint Chapelle of Dijon. Even if I wanted to pay my respects to my forebears, I could not because I don't know where their bodies lie. My family may not be Jewish any longer, but I feel a responsibility to them all the same. Not that I expect you to understand that. Now, will you take the deal I've offered you? A quarter of the money once we get out of this? A quarter? When did he offer me that? I don't want to take the money. I want to say I'm not taking the money you stole for Jewish refugees, but also I'm not going to frame you. My options are I'm going to kill you. My options are I'm going to kill you and I'll steal some of that money too. I mean, I guess I'm going to say the second one. Just make him sweat. It's fine. I mean, we just had a heart to heart. He did not make me this offer. Come on, dog. Yeah, this is exactly how it's very funny that that the theme of the game is shades of gray. And then this happened. I guess I'm gonna take the bribe, dude. You know I didn't kill Otto. Why should I believe you? Because I'm telling you the truth. I'm sure clever Andreas will find the real killer if he looks in the right place. Why don't you tell him to... What the hell is going on? Okay, we got a bug, dude. I hope it... Okay. We looped. I hope we haven't, like, got some weird loop here. I didn't mean... Okay, I'll try this one. Doubt they ever will. My family may not be Jewish any longer. I feel a responsibility. Not that I expect you to understand that. Did you receive a note? Yes, I should have destroyed it, but it intrigued me. Handwriting is beautiful. Okay, so multiple people are getting notes. May I see it? I'd be glad to get rid of it. He knows and he's coming for you, the rat house. So it's a different note for sure. Okay. I think I've cracked the puzzle here. And I'm going to see if I can act on it. I don't know how the author knew what I was up to, but I admit it startled me. I know how. Maybe Matthew got suspicious. He's always watched me around the sacristy. The note isn't specific. He knows. Who knows? What? Doesn't make any sense. Simply a gamble, a provocation, without basis hoping you'd kill Otto. How should I know what's behind this? Whoever wrote this knew I was up to something, or they made an educated guess. Either way, they know more about me than I'm comfortable with. Interesting. Until later, Brother Guy. I don't know why that was the logician saying that. Okay, we're going to try to get to Gertrude so that I can get some medicine for Adok. And then we're going to go see if Father What's-His-Face has anything to friggin' say for himself. Because the only person who knows all kinds of people's deepest, darkest secrets is the priest. Higher up in the mountain, if you left in the forest, you bring me some I can... Okay. So we're probably going to do the forest, but we also need to... Okay, yellow gentian I might not need to spend time for that, actually. I missed the top floor of the library. I'll go back when I bring the herbs back. Unless the yellow gentian is also... there we go. There we go. We may need to go hunting with what's-his-face to get enough evidence, because last time they said I didn't have enough evidence, and he ended up dying anyway, so it might be a similar thing where I have to have a certain amount of evidence. Although, maybe if I don't say anything. Yes, I have it. Fortunately, they're a fair bit dry already. Grind and mix. Take a bit of time, come back later. Until then. Okay. Need to pass the time, and I will do so by going hunting, I think. And if I can't get back in time, then I can't get back in time. And then if I do have enough time after doing that, then I will go into the forest and get whatever that evidence is. I can't really know what that is, but I do want to see if I could talk to this guy again, because I'm about 99% sure you be writing notes. He's got he's teaching everybody in town to write, so he clearly is very skilled at writing. He knows everybody's secrets, and he had that weird flash of, I thought they'd give this up by now, but they don't let me talk to him. Trying to figure out an exact motive. The soldiers surrounding the town? Are you sure that's safe? They're surrounding the peasants. The Duke knows I support the abbot. I always have. You and I aren't in danger, Andreas. If we want to hunt, we can hunt. Hardly seems appropriate. If it help, I can tell you what I know, and I know a fair deal. What do you know? No, come hunting with me and I'll tell you. I know this game will kill you for taking a quarter of the money from Guy. All right, fine, we'll do it. Stay with Paul until we return. Uh-oh. How's the climb sitting you, Mahler? It's a bit more challenging than I was expecting. Worst is over. There's only a little way to go. Rest for a moment and let me know when you're ready to continue. See all of Tassing and Kiersau from here. Probably enough time for a quick sketch. Yeah, why not? Despite all of Tassing's troubles, it looks peaceful from up here. Why is this so hard? It's like my mind wants my hand to stop. Can't even draw something as beautiful as this valley. What a waste of time. Damn. All right. You can see the Duke's soldiers getting in formation around the town. Peter has no idea what he's gotten the peasants into. Come nightfall, it will be too late. Only if I can't find Otto's killer before then. Ah, yes, of course. All that space devoted to fields. It's a pity we need the peasants to work them. Why do you hate peasants so much? I'd say they're worthless, but they do necessary labor. Even so, they're filthy brutes, idiots to the last, fit only to toil. It's hard to really think of them as people. So maybe he killed Otto literally because he despises peasants, and Otto was trying to do a little bit of a... How'd you develop such contempt for them? My father taught me that if you try to help a peasant, they'll only drag you down in their muck, like a dumb cow stuck in mud. It's best to leave them to their fate. Still, their women are of some value. Jesus Christ. Don't misunderstand me. They're as stupid as the men, but they do have some charms. When they're young, of course. They age like buttermilk in the sun. What does it matter to you? You're a married man. Andreas, Marriage is for raising children, keeping a household. There's nothing wrong with enjoying fruit from a tree in another man's yard from time to time. How many men have enjoyed the fruit from your tree? None, because Elsa is mine. No man in this town would dare. He'd be dead within the day. Not even the abbot would hold me responsible for it. You rely a great deal on your friendship with the abbot. The abbot is a strong ruler, and he controls his lands with a firm hand. These peasants don't understand how good they have it. Whether the peasants disband or suffer the duke's wrath, the abbot's current peril is only temporary. That's enough talk for now. You ready to head up? Yeah, let's continue. Deer come through this clearing at all times of year. There's a natural blind up ahead. We can watch from there. Sick. I have to admit, I didn't think much of you when you were last in tossing. Poor artist and all that. What changed? You got rich. Made something of yourself. Became a master. 7 years, you've gone from boarding in a rundown peasant's hovel to running your own successful workshop. Perfect scam placement. Yeah, you're right. Men like us make our own fortune. After a bit of wandering, in my case. Doesn't matter. What's important, you arrive there eventually. Peter Gertner will toil the same field his father did until he drops. Big York will do the same. Peasants ask for the world, but they can't even comprehend what's outside their tiny plot of land. Phil was saying all that. Where's this conversation leading? This rebellion by the farmers, it won't go anywhere. Whether it ends peacefully or violently, they won't win. They need a scapegoat for Otto's death. Look to Martin Bauer. Why would he want to kill Otto? Martin didn't want to support Otto's little rebellion. He was quite happy with the way things were. Something changed recently. I think Otto learned something about Martin that Martin didn't want to get out. It's dire enough to change Martin from resisting Otto to wholeheartedly supporting him in front of the town. That's it? What evidence is there? Find some. If Otto found out, the others must know or at least have suspicions. Get down. He's there. See him? You lead. I'll follow. What's up, Biscuit Tea? Hey. I might not have enough evidence to get Learnhardt. Oh my god. Why am I standing in front of the guy with a gun? Oof. Little low. Must be my inches. Better than hearing it hit the back of your skull. I'll admit it's not the most accurate weapon, but it hit the target in the end. What a privilege, not getting my head blown off by my hunting partner. Relax, Mahler, you're fine. Let's find the stag. It can't have gone far. How are you, Biscuit Tea? Dang. It's not dead. Looks like we both wounded it, but it's not enough. It's easy to kill a dumb beast when it's helpless. Seem to take pleasure in overpowering helpless creatures. It's the nature of a wolf to feed upon sheep. You're a miller. You make flour. I'm a miller with a gun. Brutal. Now then, let's find a long stick to carry the deer. It was a good hunt. Thank you for coming with me. Hope the game you voice acted had a good launch. It's on my wish list. Actually, wrote for the game, if you're talking about Esoteric Ebb. I did editing and writing for it. There's no voice acting in the game, and hopefully there will be in the future, though. That's a fingers crossed on that. I'm doing well. How are you doing, Biscuit Tea? Been a little while. It's good to see you. You tell me something useful about Otto's death. And I did. Maybe it wasn't what you wanted, but I don't really care about what you want. Think about what I said about Martin. I'll look into it. Glad to hear it. It's an interesting option 3. Was with Baltus and Werner when contempt for the peasants. Some secret wasn't particularly helpful, all things considered. I hate that I just wasted that many hours on something that they wrote in the game. It wasn't particularly helpful, all things considered. I thought you wrote some of the music. Everybody thought I did a different thing on Esoteric Ebb. No, I didn't do any of the music. All the music is excellent, but I did not do any of that. I wrote and did a lot of editing and did some joke writing. Okay, let's real quick. Who are... okay, I should go to that. It doesn't seem to have recorded, by the way, that I... doesn't seem to have recorded that he is having an affair. Even though he's, like, admitted it and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot. First, let's go back to Gertrude and heal Adok. I also went hunting because the game was hinting it would be useful, and it just felt like a prank. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Gertrude's not here right now. She'll be here. There she is. There you are. I have the curative. Hope it is enough. You'll appreciate the help no matter what. Of course. God bless you all and the brothers in these dire times. So it seems like what the game is setting up to me, and it's a really interesting problem, and we'll see if my read on this is correct. But it seems like what it's saying is, if you accuse Brother Guy, they're going to burn down the abbey, and the soldiers are going to come kill everybody. If you accuse Martin, it's like there's nowhere for the energy to go because he's like a member of the town, and so it kind of diffuses. I'm not really sure what's going to happen if you accuse the miller. It feels like probably the soldiers come in again, no matter what. So it kind of feels like the idea of accusing Martin is a little bit more about like second order effects rather than the justice of the act itself. Now, maybe there will be enough evidence to say that Martin would have killed, and if he was like, if he were a murderer, if he did kill the real Martin, then that's like a little closer, but maybe make you something for your pain. You shouldn't have. The others. As you care for others, I must care for you. I never would have guessed back in the day you to be an angel upon earth. Rest easy, Brother Adok. Relief at last. Hope it will keep him comfortable until I solve Otto's murder. Don't love keep him comfortable. I don't think it didn't waste any time, but it required you being able to use time. I gave it to Sister Gertrude in the morning, and then she used it. So if I were to have done it at night, then it wouldn't have worked. I had to get there quick enough. I played the first hours of this and assumed it was a medieval time period, but rifles now? Yeah. I think it's like 1520-ish is the ballpark. But it looks like a blunderbuss also, like a single shot situation. Okay, maybe I can kill two birds with one stone, eat here, and like also join us for a meal. Of course. Andreas, welcome. It's always a pleasure to have new conversation at our table about what's going on. Yes, a fresh perspective is always welcome. The inn always benefits from different opinions. Oh, I don't think I have the expertise to comment. I'm always happy to share my thoughts. Good. Let's tuck in. Bless us, O God, O Lord, and these your gifts through Christ our Lord. Amen, 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 amen. Like a good Christian. So, Master Mahler, I hear tell this is a return visit to Tossing. Has the town changed much? Feels much smaller, but my fortunes have improved. Golden Hand is new. Things seem to be harder. Having an inn is a big change in a small town such as Tassing. Yes, the peasants especially took their time in getting used to us. The monks at the abbey have always been gracious, though. True, but the abbot is firm in his dealings. He does seem like a prickly sort of man.
You have no idea.
I'm going to remain silent. Salmon! Maybe you should share your legal expertise. Everyone loves that. Otto had been getting more and more vocal with his speeches. I'm sure you heard his most recent one, Andreas. I want to support the peasants in their troubles, but I do worry that Otto's death will stir up more trouble than it's worth for the inn. Peasants aren't bothering us, Nico. They seem to speak our minds. Besides, their coin counterbalances any lost revenue from the abbey and its guests. Also, by the way, the ghee thing, I think that's a much better characterization for me. That reads so much better that he didn't reveal anything about himself to me until the moment that like I was sure of it than Act 1's. Usually I'm not a big fan of that sort of like narrative technique, but I think the idea of like once you've been found out, admitting, okay, yes, I actually did this to like oppose the Inquisition. Because my family is Jewish and we converted, I feel a level of loyalty to them. Like him having that kind of hostile attitude towards everybody in the Abbey, him being distrustful of me, distrustful of everybody, just bitter and like hating everybody. Like all of that makes sense inside of that character. And importantly, it makes sense that he wouldn't have told me that. Whereas in Act 1, when it was about like his occult behavior, and I've talked about the occult behavior, him continuing to have that sort of characterization doesn't make any sense, and there's no like character root in it. There's no reason for him to continue acting this way. And so that didn't hit for me, whereas this one I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that reads, I get it, I understand that. And also I'm willing to accept Father Gurnit's take that you're not capable of killing someone. I can read all that. That all kind of fits together as part of the same puzzle. Also death to Lenhart. Yeah. I think Otto had the right idea. Otto's speeches put the town in danger. What's a little trouble if it brings reprieve to the peasants? Doing the right thing is always best, but I don't know how involved we should get. Matter's not for us to decide anyway. Phil's writer brain is a burning, that's right. Hey, I did hear Ulrich say he saw more of the Duke's soldiers near town today. Well, that's also like, as a player, I appreciate that. Because so many times when you play, like, you can play this game and come in and be like, oh, that's so frustrating that they did a bait and switch on me. They gave me all this stuff, and then at the last second they revealed more information. And that is very frustrating a lot of the time. It's also a frustration when you're watching like a detective show or whatever, if the justification for it doesn't make any sense. But here it makes total sense, both from a character perspective and like a historical perspective. It's like a very good usage of the setting, the specific relationships between the characters and the individual character. So I super respect that. Yeah, you're right. Writer brain. That could cause problems for Tassing, especially if the abbot gets involved. Oh, I don't think the abbot would call the soldiers into town to start trouble. You've seen the soldiers more recently, Andreas. What do you think? Times are changing and the peasant knows it. The abbot better keep up if he wants to keep the peace. It follows the abbot would use his connections to stop Peter incitements before they get violent. True. If the abbot agreed to deal with the peasant's demands, all would be resolved quickly. Peter didn't seem he would take like no for an answer. Follow-up question. The abbot and Peter are both stubborn men. By the grace of God, things can be resolved peacefully. Not likely. Hannah, you were pretty vocal after Otto's speech the other day. Oh my God, we already had this conversation, dude. I thought you said you weren't going to get involved, Hannah. I'm just looking out for the peasants. I didn't think my few words would cause any harm. A single word can make a big impact, like ripples in a pond. Wise words, Master Mahler. No matter what happens, we are part of the community. Be involved in what happens is important. Speaking of the community, I should get back to work. Yeah, there's always much to do. Thank you for sharing your perspective, Andreas. Thank you for the meal, Hannah. It was excellent. Welcome back anytime, especially so Killian can learn more from Casper's well-behaved example. Mom. Oh, my lord. Do you write the world first and then characters to fit in it, or vice versa? I think it depends on what you're writing. I think that, and also what kind of writer you are. I think both are viable. Hey, Apollo, can you go to Mom? Yeah, it depends a lot on what you're writing. Like a lot of fantasy writers will do really, really intense world building, and a lot of them will start with plot, and a lot of them will start with characters. Some will start with setting. Each writer will also like change based on. I know. There was this interview I saw with Brandon Sanderson where he was talking about the Mist for Mistborn was like the setting was how he started that world, figuring out the mist, and then he placed the magical heist plot within it, and from there everything else developed. So that would be the world. But certainly, like now that he's made the characters, like he did that whole thing with Kelsier and everything. That's starting with the characters, so you could do it either way. I think it's just what you find most compelling to start with. Okay, so my choice here is either to go to the woods and get flowers, or go to Martin and figure out some more shit about Martin. Hello again. Was there something you needed? Cat told me Wolf passed. I wanted to give my condolences. Oh, thank you. I try not to think about it. Not regretfully. And yet there's clear sky. She looks up and asks if I ever wonder how he is. That must be excruciating. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. I can't talk about this anymore. My mistake. Good to see you again, but I should be going. Until later. Until then. Okay, so I have to... I think I want to... Yeah, it's such an interesting moral dilemma. Because I don't have like a lot of evidence as to whether it was him or Lenhart at this point. Both of their motives are a little weaker than what Guy's was, which is now I've decided not to go for that. So what we're looking at is the decision between killing somebody who seems to be a good influence on the town to decrease the impact of what's going to happen next, or kill somebody who's a horrible influence on both the town and his like immediate circle for like a much steeper impact on the town. Given that I don't really necessarily have a strong opinion on either, strong evidence of either of them committing the murder, I can look in the woods and try to find some info, but I have to find enough to kind of like, well, if I don't mention Guy, then maybe it doesn't matter, but I'm a little concerned it's going to end up being Guy. Let's look at our journal one more time. We can go to the woods. Until the end of the day to finish my investigation. I assume that doesn't mean that I have to go talk to him now. I'm sure it's been like every other one. Okay. All right, guys, what do you think? You think I should buy drinks for customers? Or do you think I should go to the woods? I have to choose one of the two. Woods? Go to the woods? Oh, we're all on Team Woods? All right. To the woods we go. To the woods we go a-hunting. Woods. Sorry, I'm drunk. All right. To the Nymphaeum. Ready to see where this goes, Master? Let's get going. Dang, dude. They got titties in this forest? What are these buildings? What is this place? Some kind of Roman ruin, like the aqueduct in the meadow. Look, Master Andreas, the flowers. Finally, maybe we'll find something useful after all. Let's look around. A lot of these flowers are growing here. Is that what it looks like? Yes, the costume the killer was wearing when they ran past us. So much for us finding in the home of the killer. Perhaps there's a clue inside. When Florian examined the code of Baron Rotvogel, I have you, Miss Master Andreas. Go get help. I won't let you fall. It's not a long drop. Just get someone to bring a rope. I can't abandon you, Master. Cass, bringing me a rope isn't abandoning me. I suppose that is true. Oh, dude. You fool. We're all wet, but I don't think I heard anything. I guess that wasn't really long a fall. The important thing is that you aren't hurt. I wish we had a little more light down here. I can't see a thing, can you? It's very funny how I imagine, like, sometimes parenthood is like that, where you see the three options pop up in your mind. You're like, yep, the important thing is that you aren't hurt. I'm going to look around and see if I can find a way out. I can't see shit in here. That's right. Water is murky. I can't see the bottom. QuickTime event parenting. Is this an exit? What? Does this work? I must admit, I'm impressed. Just remembered how flammable these brush rags are. Why are you carrying around the flint and steel? Well, you never know when you might need some fire. Of course. What is this place? A cistern. It must collect water from the spring to feed into the aqueduct. Aqueduct in the meadow? I suppose so. And all we need to do is follow it back. Dun, dun, dun! Nice, we have evidence of the fucking Miller? Hell yeah, baby. Start the Lenhart counter. Looks like the tunnel collapsed here, Master. Based on our orientation, this must head toward the town church. Dog, it's all coming together. As old as the Roman settlement? No, but many things in Tossing and Kiersau are built on what came before. Looks like there's a gap. You want me to try to squeeze through? I don't know. It seems risky. Yeah, I'd like to know what's on the other side. I'll be right back. I can hold that. You don't have to put it on the ground. I guess they didn't want to animate me taking it from him. He will not be back. I didn't think they would let him die just for me saying, yeah, go through there. Gone longer than you expected. Were you all right? I think so. What'd you find? I don't know. It was very dark and I felt strange. It's not a way out. What do you mean you felt strange? Like I wasn't supposed to be there and it smelled strange, like something old. Good thing you came out then. Let's keep looking for a way out. Of course. All right. A little confused about that, but... Caspar, climb in there. Goes up, so it probably leads out. I don't think I can squeeze through that gap. We need to find something to move the rock, something to give us leverage. Wait. Never mind. Let's find a way out of here. I don't know what's going on, but I do feel like I'm supposed to have something else here for additional content. Like I was supposed to give Caspar a pair of glasses or something. You know? I just heard something but didn't, like, mention it. Jump across. Caspar's afraid. Damn. Nicely done. We didn't pick up the mining tools in Act 1. Upper Aqueduct Convent. This shit leads to the... We gotta know where this leads, dude. The Miller. He ditched it and then ran through here to get home. He done it. It's a big... Great. Maybe we can get out that way. It's too high for either of us to reach. Climb on my shoulders and see if you can push it out of the way. Okay, you animated this. You could have animated him handing me the torch, dude. The Abbey kitchen? What else is up there? I don't think so. It's big, though. Under the convent. You see any of the nuns? No. Hello? Nothing. Where could they be? Doubt the sisters loiter in the kitchen all day long. Can you lift the grate off? Something heavy above me. I can only lift it a little, and I don't think I can squeeze through. I might be able to reach... Where's that friggin' monk cat when you need him to help me with this? Nice. I got a fire poker. Can use it to move the rocks and get out of here. Of course. Of course, master. Friggin' plus, thank you. Yo, leverage. Starring, I actually don't remember any of the people that were in that show, but it was on USA, I believe. It was a con show. I could do that, but I'd like to continue seeing if I can find any evidence before I leave. Is this a door? Appears to be a strange one. Where does it go? I'll try to nudge it. Built much more recently. I'm going to say the crypt under the Abbey. Really, can we get this out of the way? What's that sound, master? Snoring? Someone's sleeping on the other side of the door? Hey, wake up! What should we do, master? We have the poker. We can try that on the stones to get out. Of course. Yeah, but I want some evidence. I want some proof that... Damn. This gotta connect to the Miller's house somewhere. Probably the first route was that, but wish it told me that. I'm nervous, dude. Nervous I don't have enough proof. Uh-oh. Is he fallen? Nope. That adds some suspense to this very simple thing, which is nice. Before we leave, we're going to go... Maybe this exit is there, but before we leave, we're going to go back and just check to make sure I didn't miss anything in the cistern now that I've got the poker. Nope. And that's also nothing to do, so got him. I missed the battle pass comment. Pentiment battle pass. All right. Try using the fire poker to shift the rocks out of the way. Oh. Still hear something. Oh, nice. You shouldn't have come here during the day. I had to. The farmers are out for blood. And did you fail to notice the soldiers gathering around the town? When the fighting starts, we need to be indoors. You know that's not why I'm here. Now quit wasting my time and get to the point. Don't play stupid. We both wanted Otto gone. Now he is. I didn't kill him. Did you? Why would you ask me such a thing? Because of the note, you stupid cow. Because of the note that sent you into hysterics. Because you're behaving like a woman who committed a murder and is afraid of being caught. How could you... Stop. Doesn't matter. I don't care if you did or not. Didn't. He's dead. The idiot peasants can beat the ground with their pitchforks and nothing will come of it. What about that artist, Andreas? He won't be a problem. We've been hunting together. I suggest you look to Martin Bauer for the murder. Have you done anything to raise Andreas' suspicions? I don't think so. Good, then just wait. Time will run out for Peter and the rest of his worthless... didn't see that word. By evening, the men will overrun the town. Farmers don't stand a chance. The abbot will stay in power. Pilgrims will keep coming to the shrine and staying at your inn. Yes, good. Thank you for putting my mind at ease. Be quiet. Go home. Don't come here again unless it's for a quick fuck. If you want comfort, talk to your fat husband. Don't bother me with your hysteria. Of course. I'm sorry. Oh, he can teleport? Oh, no, she can teleport too. All right. Such a cool and nice guy. Wow. So I'm going to accuse him. Glad we're finally out of there, Master. What a strange adventure. Think Mistress Hannah could have killed Otto? Oh, maybe I can't. She's only been pretending to care about the town's safety. She's only concerned with the shrine staying open. Why'd that make her want to kill Otto? If the peasants overthrew the abbot, they might loot or destroy the shrine. Without the hand of St. Moritz, there's not much reason for pilgrims to travel to Curacao. Oh, this is a little tougher. Hardly be any visitors to the Golden Hand. Exactly. Now we know Hannah has a motive. It's possible she killed to protect her family's inn. She didn't talk to Nico and Killian to see how committed she was. First, let's go up to the Golden Hand and clean up. People will get suspicious if we walk around town like this. Uh-oh. Troops have arrived. Everyone will be waiting to hear my evidence now. Uh-oh. I can't talk to these folks. I can still talk to Killian, I guess. You have a moment? Something wrong with your room? No, I just wanted to see if you'd noticed anything odd about your mother. They ask you to watch the inn by yourself very often? Oh, well, sometimes I guess. Dad and I look after the place in the evenings, but lately she's been leaving during sex. She says she brings food to the townsfolk at the rat house. So I usually watch the inn until she gets back. This was one other time. Yeah? Left in a hurry one night. When I was cleaning up around the bar, I found this note. You will destroy the abbey, who will swallow the hand of St. Moritz, the rat house, after St. John's fire. So each of the suspects got a note. Yeah. I mean, I know exactly who it is at this point. I just can't do anything about it, I don't think. I'm locked by narrative. I'll keep that from happening. Don't worry. Hope the note helps. Just don't tell Mom or Dad, all right? This note might have bigger connections than you think, Killian. Should get back to work. See you later. Until then. Okay. Can I help you with something? I'd like to talk to you about your wife. Anna, what about her? Whew. You know what she gets up to? Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. It must be hard for you. Quite. But I love her, and I have to think of Killian. I just don't know what to do. I don't really understand her. I don't often understand my wife either. What are we to do? All I know is that something has to change. An unhappy marriage is a wretched way to live. Believe me, I know. Stand up to her and carve out some path towards happiness. I don't know how. Before you can solve your marriage, there's a bigger problem you need to think about. Ugh. Because I showed sympathy, I get minus points. I don't understand that one. He wants you to bully him? Yeah. He wants you to tell him he's like a piece of shit? I'm sure I don't know what you mean. I think you do. No, I don't. Now, please leave me be. That's really weird to me. What's up, Samuel? Like, truly bizarre to me. What's up, Josua? God bless you. I would just frame Lenhart at this point. I don't know if it's going to be an option, but I'm going to try. He's the culprit, actually. There's unless they just drop a new person entirely, unless it's a complete red herring situation and they just invent a new person, he's quite literally the only person who could have done this. And I would love to prove it. And I could prove it, actually, given what I have. I have multiple notes with his handwriting on it. All of the people relevant would say that they didn't know who they got it from, but the only person that they admitted the thing to was the priest. But I understand from a gameplay perspective how they can't. It's like when you get ahead of the book, they can't possibly say that to me. I guess I'll go in the Drucker house, see if they have anything to say to me before we get this party started. It would appear not. All right, well. We don't have much time, so let's get this over with. I know some of you are frightened, but some of you want to give up, but we have to see this through. Maybe we can't get what we've been fighting for, but we can get justice for Otto. That's right. For Otto, justice. What about the Duke's soldiers? They've been getting closer all day. I know. That's why we have to do this now before it's too late. All we need is for Andreas to tell us who did it. Tell us who did it? No more stalling. We need to know who killed Otto, and we need to know now. Can Andreas even tell us the truth? Finding the culprit is all I've been doing since you chased the monks into the library. Peace, peace. If Andreas names the guilty party, they should face the law, not a mob. I'm not debating this, Ulrich. We're out of time. Acting now is the only way to get justice. We can't let anything stop us. A name. Just give us a name. We'll do the rest. She made it, everyone. She made it. Rachel gave birth to a baby girl. Quiet, quiet. Everyone needs to stay back and give Rachel space. Yes, Agnes, of course. All is well. Praise God. Nice. Safe and sound, and a baby girl. Baruch Hashem. With everything going on, with everything that could have happened. God be praised. Thank God. Such a blessing. Thanks be to God, indeed. It was the baby, wasn't it? Phil called it with the new person they introduced. Can't keep supporting you anymore. I understand your cause, but I need to protect my daughter and keep my friends safe. I've already lost Marie and Bert. I can't bear to lose anyone else. If bowing to the Duke's wishes will protect us, I'll do it gladly. I believe in the cause, Peter, but not at the cost of any more violence. This is a stressful time for us all. Please excuse me, everyone. I need a moment. Maybe he's right. What about our safety? This is too much. It's not so straightforward. Maybe violence isn't the answer. How can you also easily give up? That soldier said the Duke would consider concessions for the town if we release the abbot. Surely that will be enough. There's room in the law to allow a peaceful resolution. I'm going to try the law thing. They're going to hate it. You should trust Andreas' expertise and judgment and trust in the law as well. Force will not solve anything. Letting the abbot go would be justice, wouldn't it? If he's not the one who killed Otto? You townsfolk don't understand. Letting the abbot go won't fix anything. If we can't get the concessions we need, all the peasants will starve and die in the end, and then where will Tassing be? Besides, Otto's death needs to be vindicated. Don't walk away from this now, Ulrich. I have not swayed from the cause, Peter, rest assured. But Ulrich, this isn't your fight. Gret, it is moral and Christian to stand with the peasants. I cannot do otherwise. Damn you all. Such behavior is reckless and cruel, especially right now. Get out, all of you. Let Rachel rest. Yes, Agnes, we'll go now. Andreas, we're not done. We must find out justice for Otto before the Duke's soldiers arrive. Let's continue this outside. There is room in the law to allow for a peaceful resolution. Miss Major. No more stalling, no more interruptions. Tell us what you know, Andreas. Give us a name. Give us a name or the monks can burn along with their precious books. Remember your promise. You'll let them go. You won't hurt them. Yes, I remember, but first you need to give us what we want. Tell us. I have one more condition. God damn it, Mahler. We don't have time for this. Caspar is leaving. Enough innocent blood has already been spilled. Let Caspar leave before things get any worse. He's just a boy, Peter, please. What? Leave? Yes, fine. The boy can leave. It's not his fight. Oh! Because I was kind to him, he won't leave me. Ugh, dude. This one narratively I can accept. This one narratively I can accept. The last one I was like, why does it matter? Why is it bad that I was nice to him? Should have abused the child and bullied the innkeeper, obviously. The thing is, like, we'll see how they handle it. I won't leave you. I know you don't want to, but you have to. Find your way back to Salzburg to your family. Please. You'll teach me again when this is all over, right? Of course. I'll be right behind you. I'll see you soon, Master. Oh. What? Pick a suspect to rally the mob against. I mean, Guy has 5 pages of evidence. But I legitimately don't think it was him, and I think that oh God, why can't I frame Lenhard, dog? I found lemons at his desk. Kill that fucker. Kill him. I have no idea how likely, like, between these two, I don't know, but I've done enough research on Guy that it doesn't seem like he committed the murder. And so I'm picking between Martin and Hannah based on the effects of the mob. Oh, that is a tough decision. I have like no info on either of them, really. Martin, what's his name? Jobst. Almost definitely based on this, I'm gonna go Jobst killed Martin, took his place. Maybe his wife now was in on it. And the motive there is that he was going to be revealed. Hannah wants business and also doesn't like the peasants. And is having an affair. Also a motive. Martin is if that is what I'm thinking actually happened, Martin is, or Jobst is an actual murderer already. Whereas Hannah isn't. But she's specifically like colluding with somebody who wants to like put down the peasants. So she's a little, it's a little bit like I was saying before between Guy and Lenhart, where like Martin killed somebody, probably. This is my read on it. Jobst killed Martin, took his identity. That's the crime he committed. Hannah is trying to like control the town, and she's more second order to put them down and to have like the army march in. I don't think I'm going to be able to stop the army from marching in, honestly. Thinking about like game design, above the table talk here for a second. I doubt that if you pick Martin, they don't come in and kill people. I don't know how much control I really actually have. Would Lenhart care if Hannah was killed? I don't know. Maybe he only took his identity. I mean, people died of battle. Yeah, it could be a Dick Whitman situation. And he does seem to be kind. He seems to be a good influence on the town. I don't know. It's really a coin flip. I'm going to flip a coin. Heads, Hannah. Tails, Martin. Heads it is. Sorry, Hannah. GG. To protect the inn? Why would the inn be in danger? I overheard Hannah confining in Lenhart, but in the old ruins by the meadow. Okay, push it over to Lenhart. Get it over to... Squish it over to Lenhart a little bit. Afraid that Otto pushed the abbot out of the hand if St. Moritz would go with him. No relic, no pilgrims, no golden hand. We should have known. She's a newcomer here, never supported the peasants, never supported what Otto was doing. She was sneaking off to the ruins to talk to that bastard Lenhart. I don't know. No more needs to be said. All right, Peter, we've heard Andreas out, but the accused should be allowed to defend themselves. You're not going anywhere, Peter. You're not getting anyone. None of you are. Hannah's under my protection. You're out of time. Peter, I'm so delighted I was able to snuff out the flickering flame of your pathetic rebellion. Listen to me, all of you. It's over. You're done. The only thing you can do now is release the abbot and pray for the Duke's mercy. If any of you people set foot near my mill, you'll get none from me. Damn him. Damn him. He thinks he can stop us, all of us? He can't. Okay, so it seems like the thing I picked didn't really matter. My guess is that happens no matter what. To hell with the abbot, Ulrich, and if you won't help us, to hell with you. No, he is not. Let's wait for the Duke's men. They can sort this out. No one needs to get hurt. Oh, I don't know. There must be a peaceful way to do this. Oh. Oh, yikes. The law doesn't allow for mob justice. Let's wait for the Duke's men is like a terrible choice. I don't know what this orator situation is. That's all of these are crazy lines. None of them are good. None of these are good. They'll punish us anyway. They've been punished us for years. I'm not going to let this punish anymore. Not tonight, not ever again. To the mill. Stay back, brutes. This won't end well for any of you. Hannah has my protection. I won't hesitate to shoot you like the animals you are. Stay away from my fucking mill. And you, Andreas, I thought you might have learned something from our little chat. It seems you really are as pathetic as the rest of this lot. You're an asshole, Lenhart. You always had the wrong ideas about the Penitents. I never agreed with you. Just give us the murderer, Lenhart. Don't make things worse. Fuck you, Andreas. I thought you had a backbone, but you're a spineless bastard. Take the boy and go. You don't need to be involved in this. Nice. Get back in the mill. Don't you dare disobey me, Paul. You hear me? Get your mother back inside. I'm not staying here any longer. I'm taking Mom and we're leaving somewhere far away from you. Nice. You'll regret this, boy. I'm actually pretty happy with this, other than the fact that I'm not really sure Hannah did it. But should have expected this from you, Paul. You've always been a sad excuse for a son. There's Paul. And Elsa, if you do this, you won't find anyone else to love you. You'll be a feckless old crone like that Attilia, Elsa. It's over, Lenhart. They're gone. You're not so high and mighty now, are you? You're going to lose everything, just like us. Oh, don't shoot, Big Yorg. More than us than you in that mill, and you can't shoot us all. Give us Hannah, you bastard. I didn't kill Otto. I was scared about what would happen to the shrine, but I'd never kill someone. Please, think of my family. What about Otto's family? What about my daughter, a widow with an infant son? It's too late to plead for mercy now. You're all mad. This is not how the law works, and you know it. Your blabbering would change nothing. Never given a damn about law, justice, or propriety, or fucking decency a day in your life, Lenhart. Let me have my way for years, Peter, and done shit all about it. You never stood up for anything, and you won't get any further today, coward. Peter, Lenhart, please let us search for peace tonight. Such language is not Christian. Coward am I? Come down and face me like a man, you piece of shit. Please, everyone, calm down. We can still talk this down. Violence is not the answer, Peter. You can't blame the man, Ulrich. Force is all Peter and his family knows. It certainly worked with Christine. How dare you even speak her name, much less suggest. Oh! You shot Ulrich. You're toast, buddy. You killed him. Murder! You monster. Burn him. Make him pay. Justice. Been a menace on this town long enough, Lenhart, but murder? You brought this on yourself. Let both of the murderers die tonight. Well, I'm glad Lenhart died, but... Here comes the real culprit. Andreas, troops are advancing on the town. We need to go now. We must let the abbot out so we can talk to the Duke's soldiers. You're right. Let's go. You can come out. The peasants won't hurt you now. Really? Why? Andreas found the killer and justice has been dispensed. Peter has to keep to his word. Are you sure? Please, Father Abbot. The Duke's soldiers have surrounded the town. We have to show them you're in no danger, that the peasants aren't holding you captive. We don't want any more bloodshed, Father. Hey, Adok's killing it. What's happened at the mill? Is anyone hurt? We saw a fire. Oh, they're hurt all right. There's Big Yorg. Peter, stop. You got your justice. You swore you wouldn't harm the abbot or the brothers, remember? I did. No one needs to die tonight. The abbot can talk to the Duke's herald. Held Lenhart responsible for his actions. Can convince the Duke that what happened tonight was justice. Otto is dead. Ulrich is dead. Can work through this, Peter. Hope is not lost. Everything can go back to the way it was before. Right, the way it was before. Like nothing ever happened. Peter. This fucking guy. Okay, there was no changing it. What is it? What did you do? Dad? God save us. He's lit the manuscript. Nothing's ever going to change. The books! Dad, what did you do? Oh, I didn't go back up to the top floor. Damn. Get the water in Sister's well. Quickly, before it spreads. Fucking Peter, dude. Save as many of the books as we can. Dad, we have to go. How could this have happened? Andreas, let's go. I'm sorry, I can't. Andreas. Damn. kind of warm. This must be the good ending. I think this is the no matter what ending. I don't think you can avoid this. This is like the thing I was trying to avoid. And they were like, yeah, we got our justice. All right, time to burn the abbey down. Here I am. Dang, I didn't go up to the top floor. I wonder if going to the top floor... I wonder if the reason you said that was so that I didn't die in the book fire. Is that why you said it? If I'd gone up there? Regarding investments made to Andreas Mahler, artist of Nuremberg, for the creation of a mural in the Church of Our Lady. Chamber Court upholds the rulings of the Nuremberg City Court. Extra dialogue with the months? Okay. All claimants signed contracts containing clauses under which their investment could be returned. As Andreas Mahler's death indisputably resulted from a greater power, a contractually exempted circumstance, his estate cannot be held liable. In the interest of feminine liberty, his widow, Sabine, retains all contested investments. The 15th day of February, Anno Domini, 1534. Mill's back. Something's back over here. It's your girl Gertrude. And 500 years later. Feels like it's getting cold early this year, doesn't it?
At my age, it feels like the cold comes earlier every year. But we need this chill for the leaves to fall and the galls with them.
A parasitic growth which develops on oak trees. What, you don't want to climb the saint's tree to pull them off? Even in my youth, that would have required divine intervention. No, thank you. I'll stay here on the ground and wait patiently for the Lord to deliver. Don't you have ink back at your father's shop, though? For the press. He has it delivered. This is just for my own drawings. Oh, that's the kid! She got the book that I chose. Besides, sometimes it feels nice to do things the old way. The old way it is. I would know. It's Oates. Hey, Mags, Sister Gertrude. God bless you, Master Zimmerman. Told you not to call me that. What, Mags? Why? People call me Oates. You don't see me complaining. It's not even a name. It's a valley. You like being called Oates, right? So, why are you being so stuck up? Master Zimmerman, would you call Mary Magdalene witness to our Lord's death and resurrection? Mags? I guess not. Then it seems only fitting you should call Mistress Druckerin by her full Christian name. Like a good Christian! Magdalene. Anyway, your dad wants to see you. Why isn't he at the rat house? He is. He wants you to grab his mural sketches and bring them. Fine. I suppose there's enough galls for now. Just about finished. God bless you both. Don't be long, Magdalene. The council's waiting on this. Oh, I'm playing as her. Nice. Not sure why this falls on me, but I suppose I better get going. I think Dad left the rat house plans on his workshop bench at home next to the printing press. Can't believe friggin' Andreas is donezo. And all my suspicions about friggin' Father Fella have just fallen by the wayside. What's up, Killian? Hi. Father Feller. He's fine. He just turned into one of the Ents from Lord of the Rings. Got to check on these guys, see how they're doing. Magdalene. Life goes on. I didn't see protagonist death coming down the pipes, frankly. I figured I was going to do Act 3. I wonder how long Act 3 is. If it's denouement or if it's full act. Nope, I don't want to sleep. Guess it's a full act. Dang. Somebody gonna die, dude? I hope not. Are they gonna kill my dad? What am I doing? I thought... Workshop at the house and then head to the rat house. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's what my dad wants. I think these are all the plans. What is this? Part of the plans? Dun, dun, dun. Stop. I love that the music starts playing even though this character doesn't know what it means. What an odd color. We don't have an ink like this here. At least I don't think we do. I'll bring it just in case. Better get these over to the rat house. Damn. Father Feller. I've forgotten his name. That's how good they did it at like writing a background character. It's the Kreutzer house. What's up, Artemis? What's up, Black Till? What's up, Eva? What's up, Christina? Hi, Magda. Hello, Christina. What are you doing today? Helping Mom. Else is right. You're really pretty. Oh, thank you, Christina. You're really pretty, too. Hee. Thank you. Don't tell. It's a secret. Oh, I definitely won't. You're funny, Magda. Were you saying you figured out the big reveal ahead of time? I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't see any other possibility other than Father Feller. I legit don't remember his name. Being the guy who's kind of the orchestrating all this stuff. Are you serious? I just told you not to call me that. What are you doing out here? Don't you have better things to do? What business is that of yours? All my work's done, Mags. What do you think? Care? Apollo! It's not like you have important work to do. Nice, okay. Tinkers. Anything connected to household or animal work or bookkeeping. I'm either going tinker or bookkeeping. Let's go... bookkeeping. I'm going to sneeze. One sec. I keep my dad's business running and profitable. I handle all of our orders and make sure everything's delivered on time. Seems a little more important than standing around in the commons in the middle of the day. Must be nice to have money. You don't have to brag about it. Doesn't really sound like women's work anyway, if you ask me. Right, no one did. Calm down, Mags. You're going to get a reputation. Too late to worry about that. She already has a reputation. Stinging, countering, and otherwise deflating people in conversation. Playfully tease and flirt with people. Strong negotiator. Finances or other matters of trade. Snoop. I'm not going flirt in the hyper-Christian town. I'm not going flirt in the Catholic town. Father Feller, a nickname for someone who committed patricide. That's right. The Father Feller. I'm either going Barbs or Snoop. Ooh. You know what? I never picked the scoundrel one. I'm not going to pick the Barbs one. We're going to go Snoop. Might get some good information. Someone needs to keep an eye on the creeps in this town, Craft. Otherwise, who would know that you hide behind the Gertner's chicken coop and spy on Artemis while she's watching? Oh, shit, dude. What? That wasn't me. Is that true? No. Oh, my God. All right, we got it. Lay off. Did you get those things your dad wanted? Yeah, that's why I was on my way to the rat house. Hopefully I can drop these off and start my reading for the day. Reading what book is so important that you need to get back to it. Reformation and Counter-Reformation. Trivia, almanacs, common knowledge. I'm going to either go polyglot or Reformation. I'm trying to, like, know about religion, maybe? Seems like this is, like, the theme, is this Inquisition has been kind of lurking in the background. Versus polyglot to maybe be able to decipher some of the notes. It's an interesting choice. I think I go... I'm going to go Reformation, Counter-Reformation. Lying of John Chrysostom by Martin Luther. Sounds boring and bad. Luther criticized the church for telling impossible stories about the saints. Let Father Thomas know you're reading that. Why would he object to people questioning if St. Moritz and St. Satir really performed all those miracles? Yes, I think that's probably what he'd be mad about. Thought you read all kinds of old books. Well, I think it's worth preserving any of the manuscripts we come across. It's a shame what happened at Curacao. And keep some of the past alive, we should. Sounds like a lot of work. Right, no thanks. Right, aren't you supposed to be at the rat house? You're on the council. Sure, but it's pointless without your dad's plans. Let's go. Ugh, fine. Sounds like you don't need barbs. That's right. Abscallion lawyer all over again. Snoop bookkeeper. These murals should depict the truth and what we know is the truth. I don't think it's so simple, Klaus. Yeah, this guy needs to fucking get murked. Are you afraid of angering our Lord, Father Thomas? I don't think Father Thomas is that the truth is not so easily agreed upon. I don't know. I'm tired of arguing. I just wanted to look nice and show what happened. Magdalene, thank you for bringing these. Maybe illustrations will succeed where talking has failed. I'm done arguing with them. I'll see you at home for supper. It's all right, Magdalene. We don't need to see the drawings. It's not. We don't understand what he's trying to do. So I didn't realize we had upset him so much. Sounds like things got worse after I left. We've been arguing about this for almost 2 hours. For all the good it did us, he hasn't budged. What's the point of talking if you can't make any progress? Magdalene, could you speak to your father, help him see things from our point of view? I ran to get plans you don't want to see, and now you want me to do something else for you? I don't even know what you're all arguing about. What is your point of view? Class has strong, very strong opinions on how the history of Tassing of Kirsau Abbey should be portrayed. And those portrayals may upset some of our neighbors. Isn't the real concern that it's going to upset the Lord? Isn't everyone really worried about him coming here and seeing the revolt memorialized on the wall? Keep saying that we all disagree with him. I don't think I do. Not entirely. Well, what do you think? I know I'm not the smartest man in this room, but I know what happened to my own dad. I know what he did. Doesn't feel right to ignore what happened to him, what happened to Otto. Look, y'all knew my dad. I never had the chance. If only you'd leveled up strength so Andreas could carry all the books at once. Yeah, that's right. I don't want to make the people in this town angry. I don't want to make our Lord angry. None of us do, but maybe there's a way to tell the story in a way that's true without upsetting them. So it's all very complicated, you see, Magdalene. Try to get him to consider a portrayal of our history that's a little less inflammatory. I don't think it's as complicated as you all think. We all need to come to an agreement or call off the mural entirely. He's been wanting to paint this mural for years. You can't tell him no all of a sudden. Then help us, Magdalene. Your father will listen to you. All right, I won't promise anything, though. He's already hard enough to convince. Fine, but only so he can paint it, not on account of your bickering like children. I will go with the first one. Gone back home, this mess has taken up too much of my day already. Jesus. All right, 6 months passed. Magdalene. Sorry for... Okay, that was just hours. It looked like it was pointing to the month there, but I guess that was just hours. I didn't know how to read that clock. Thank you for bringing the drawings to the rat house. I'm sorry it was a waste of time. Those men don't know what they want. When I tell them what I'm trying to do, they get scared. They talk and talk and talk. They talk all day and never come any closer to a decision. I'm sick of it. Sick of the whole thing. I'm worried about you. I know, I appreciate the concern. I haven't been upset about something in a while. Who's going to be the first to say I'm on to a good time? Why is it bothering you so much? We hear all these stories about what this place was. Nicely done, Nick. How it came to be. It feels like history is something that happened before, happened to other people. But 18 years ago, we lived through something, you and I. Everyone in Tassing. Everyone wants to forget about it, pretend it didn't happen. You don't. No, I don't. All those years ago, I did nothing. I was worried for you, worried for Benjamin and Rachel and Esther. I was so afraid that I'd lose you. I wouldn't have been able to bear it. In the end, so many people died anywhere. Peter and Ulrich and Andreas and all of the others. And we lived. Dad, everyone says that it wouldn't have made any difference. If you and the others had fought, you would have died. I would have died. Maybe I could have stopped him from going to the mill. Maybe we could have stopped the peasants from burning it down. But we'll never know. Can't change the past, Dad. Least I can do is make sure it's not forgotten. Something happened here. We were part of it. I need to help people remember that. If I don't do it, who will? You're right, Dad. I wish the men in the rat house saw me the way you do. They'll come around. I hope so. All this arguing has left me beat. I'm going to bed early. I'm going to stay up for a bit and write a letter to Esther. And her parents, I know. I love you. Love you too. Oh, he could teleport too, dude. Oh my God. Sit down on my desk and write. Where to begin? I should write to Esther. Dearest Esther. Dad sends his regards to his parents like usual. I spent the last few days collecting oat galls. I don't suppose you have the chance to do that. Klaus faster than light feet confirmed. Oh my God. Grind them into a smooth ink. It's difficult work, but you'll find no better ink anywhere in Bavaria. I'll send along a bottle with this letter. Be sure to store it out of sunlight, or else the color will change. Oh, did I mention? Dad started a new project. He's painting a mural. The whole thing left me thinking about my own family history. Printing shop has been in the family for years. I'm looking forward to taking it over. I don't think I want to stay in Tassing forever. It's a quaint place to grow up, but I'm 20 now. This is an interesting choice, given that I know almost nothing about her. She seems a little bit more like a I want to leave home kid. I want to do more with my life, not just take over a print shop in some tiny town in the Alps. If I married a master printer, then I could become part of the Printers Guild. Then I'd be able to send Dad my extra earnings and make a name for myself in one of the cities. And yes, before you break the nib off your pen, I will come visit you in Prague, I promise. I'll try to make time to visit before winter. Life has been bustling here. Dad's been busy with a rat house mural, so I've taken over the workshop. I'm sure it will be a sight to behold once it's finished. Right back to me soon. All my love, Magda. I get power scaling popping up in my Reddit feed, and I read it ironically, but I'm scared it's becoming less ironic. What is power scaling? I guess it's bedtime? It's time to go to bed. Surely nobody will die tonight. And double surely it won't be my father. Uh-oh. Magdalene, Dad, hang on, I'm coming. Dad, Magdalene. What happened? Are you alright? You're bleeding. Someone came into the house. They hit me over the head. I'll get Dr. Stoltz. Try not to move, Dad. Whoever attacked me. This wound is too deep for me to take care of my own. We need Dr. Stoltz. Magdalene, be careful. I'll be right back, I promise. They friggin' got him, dude. They got his ass. They better not have got his ass, though. He's still alive. You know why anyone would want to attack you, Klaus? Maybe someone didn't like one of the books I sold them. Are you sure you didn't see a shadow and hit your head on the printing press? Big Jorg! Come on, Jorg. You saw the workshop. Someone was looking for something. Burglar in Tassing? That's preposterous. It wasn't an attack. What was it? It was a deliberate blow to the head. Unless any of you wish to debate my diagnosis. No, of course not. As I thought. Truthfully, Klaus, I'm surprised the blow didn't kill you. You have a strong skull. It's a grave injury. Magdalene, you'll need to help take care of your father. Oh, well, whatever I need to do. Good. Mira will have to be called off now. Klaus, you absolutely cannot get out of bed. It has to be done. This is too important. Need some time to rest. I'll find a way to make it work. I don't think we need to cancel the entire project. Can't we just wait? Your health comes first. Anyway, we haven't even been able to agree on what the mural should be. Indeed, it might be best to abandon the entire idea. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Murderer! With respect, Father Thomas, you are not on this council. Yes, just offering an opinion. I can paint the mural. What, Mags, quit joking around. I know you want to help your dad, but aren't you too young for something this big? I've been painting since before I could walk. You don't think I'm good enough? I mean, it's not that you're not good at painting. It's just painting a mural this large and complicated would take a lot of skill and expertise. So that's why we're having your dad make it. He's been making art forever. I agree with Paul. Klaus needs home care. You're best suited for that, Magdalene, not a mural. Damn. What is that supposed to mean? You sure you're up for it? Physically, I mean, quite demanding. You'd be on scaffolding and you could fall. All right, I can see where this is going. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Are you not listening to me? I've already been doing this work for years. I know what it takes. Dad knows what it takes. Do you? I could do it, Dad. You don't trust Magdalene to do the mural. To hell with a lot of you. Klaus! If you don't trust her, you don't trust me. I'll never do any work for this council again. All right, I say we let her. Doesn't immediate folds his cards immediately. I want to play poker with this guy. Doesn't look like we have much of a choice. Very well. All right, Magdalene, you could do it. You still need to talk to us about what you're doing, all right? Of course. Thanks, Magdalene. Rest up, Klaus. I'll do my best, Jorg. Magdalene, just a moment. Yes, what is it? Your father's lucid right now, but his injury is severe. His current demeanor is misleading. What are you saying? There's damage to his brain. He may have a few weeks, maybe even a few months left, but he's not going to survive. Can we take him to see a surgeon? He can't be moved in this condition. In fact, he shouldn't move at all. Even if he could, I don't think the finest Italian surgeons would know how to deal with trauma like this. What about the finest French surgeons? You can make him comfortable, and you can enjoy the time you have left. The time will run out before long. I'm going to find your killer before you die. Because I can just go straight there and just accuse him. J'accuse, Father. Father Thomas! That's his name, Father Thomas. No more I'm calling him Father Fella. Pick up where Dad left off, he wanted to paint the history of Tassing from its earliest days to the revolt. Earliest part of Tassing's history, the pagan tribes and the Romans. Then I'll move on to the founding of the Abbey of Tassing Saints. After that, I should find a way to represent our recent history. Depicting the revolt is important to Dad. People in Tassing might know some of the town's history, but not all of it. Dad said the library in Kearsarge had those records. He's going to write to the last prioress to see if she had information. Just write to her now while I'm thinking about it. Where to begin? Mother Illuminata. Saint Margarita, I should write to her. Santa Margarita. Abbess of Santa Margarita, formerly prioress of Kearsarge Abbey, former librarian. She liked her job as librarian more, I think. My name is Magdalene Druckeren. I do not believe we ever met, as I was very young when you left Kearsarge. You were acquainted with my father. He bought many books from the library before that terrible fire consumed the place. I'm writing because my father and I are creating a mural. It's going to tell the history of our community and of Kearsarge as well. We have only legends and folklore, since of course all Kearsarge's books were destroyed in the fire. I was hoping you could tell us something about the early history of the town when the Romans were here. If you know anything about the early history of the Abbey itself, we would also be glad to hear it. We'd appreciate any help you could give us, and we hope you are well. My father always spoke highly of you, especially if you cared for the sisters. My father always spoke highly of you, especially how you cared for the library and its books. I'm going to go with that one. Your piety and your intellect, was it hard to return to Italy after being here for so many years? God bless you. Magdalene. I bet I got 100 on that test. The months are passing like crazy. If I want to finish the mural before Christmas, I should start planning tomorrow, head to bed, and get as much rest as I can. I can't even leave. Okay. Is this a comment? Are they going to go hard comment on like misogyny and like patriarchy, that she can't leave the house at all during this like? Dude, the days are passing like crazy. The months are passing like crazy. Hotcakes. I gotta start talking to Father Thomas, though. Mrs. Drugrin, I have a few letters addressed to you. Nice. Take care. Thank you, sir. Love this rug he's got. Illuminata wrote back to me. I hope her response helps paint the mural. Hell yes. Mr. Struckrin, thank you for your letter. I hope this reply finds you and your father in good health. I remember you both that your father would carry you between the rows of our library in his final years. I also remember your late mother and brother, God keep their souls. While we did have books that discussed Tassing's past, it was likely they were as mythological as what your neighbors believe. That said, I remember one of the peasants, Tillman Krenzer, read about the history of the town. I know he died during the revolt. Perhaps his family knows some of what he learned. And I should say it's not true that all of Kirsau's books were destroyed by the fire. Andreas Mahler managed to save some from the flames, God rest his soul. In the aftermath of that terrible night, cataloging and preserving the surviving books was not at the top of any of our minds. Even so, this topic has stirred a memory within me. Several years before the fire, there was a death at Kirsau, the murder of Baron Rockvogel. He had mentioned something about finding a copy of Historia Tassiae, a comprehensive chronicle of your home. I'd forgotten about it until now because the murder dominated all of our thoughts in the days and weeks that followed. It troubles me now because I recall that the late Father Matthias was also reading a copy of Historia Tassiae shortly before he died. He never accounted for either book's whereabouts. They may have been hidden somewhere in the library and went up with everything else. Perhaps Prior Ferenc took it from the Baron after the murder. Ferenc had an interest in books of all sorts, of course, but it seems like an odd thing to do in the moment. Then again, only God knows what he did and why he did it. Niklaus Aberl, the Baron's manservant, believed it may have been stolen by the town thief, Martin Bauer. If Martin is still alive, I would ask him if he knows where the book is. Hopefully he didn't trade it for a mug of beer on his way out of Tassing. If the man has passed from this world, perhaps his family knows where the book wound up. As for the history of the Abbey, I fear that was also lost in the blaze. However, as sacristan, Prior Matthew learned a great deal about the subject. I have not kept in contact with him, but I'll know that he is now the Archdeacon of Sion. Damn. Good for you, Matthew. He's no longer a Benedictine, but uses his family name, Faustiniso. If you write to him soon, your letter may reach him before snow covers Valais. Please convey my best wishes to your father. He was a good friend of the Abbey in its better years. Despite the violence that occurred, I hold no ill will toward anyone from Tassing. I pray that you have seen better days since that night and that God forgives the many errors we made. God bless you as well, Mother Illuminati, Abbess of Santa Margarita. Great writing. Just really good writing. Esther wrote to me as well. What's up? My dear Magda, my parents were glad to hear from your father. Please tell them they wish to hear from him soon. Speaking of printing, your ink was very well received indeed. I made several prints with it. They look lovely on the wall. Alicia was taken to making his own ink from scraps he found around the house after he saw yours. Mother was furious when he spent several pfennigs trying to find lapis at the market. She said I'm scrubbing the floors for it. Took him 3 days. I'm glad you're keeping busy, even though it keeps you from visiting. His father says we'll have room for you whenever you decide to make an appearance. Though really, if you don't plan to stay in Tassing, you have to come sooner rather than later. There are plenty of beautiful young Christian men around town, printers and academics alike, or maybe something else. You'd have your pick. Prague is a good city for me as well. Before the expulsion, there was a handsome man at synagogue, Simon, who caught my eye. His father is a merchant, and he is a doctor. He went to the University of Padua. Can you believe it? I'd quite like to marry him, if I can find him again. Anyway, I think you'd have even better luck than me. The boys would swoon at a beautiful blonde artist from the Alps. Please keep us abreast of your father's mural. We'll have to come see when it is finished. Blessings. Esther. I have to write Esther back tonight. Head home and check on Dad. Yeah, it seems like they're making that comment. Although I think I'm also painting the mural separately. Sitting upright is still a struggle, I'm afraid. Dizziness makes my stomach turn, so I'd rather not eat it at the moment. Are you sure I could bring up something light like milk or broth? I can't stomach anything just yet. But tell me, where are you off to? Get started on the first part of the mural. Illuminata didn't know much about Tassing's early history, but she did give me a few places to start. I'm going to ask Black Till if his grandfather told him any stories. Mother Illuminata, Magdalene. Right. Yes. Mother Illuminata. Young Kritzer has mentioned those tales from time to time, yes? He comes by to borrow books now and then. Usually when he's found some interesting old ruin out in the fields. Peter's always harumphed about how no one paid attention to the old ways anymore, too. I'm sure he'll have some stories to tell about old Tassing. You might stop to talk to him. What do you think of that? Thanks, Dad. Of course, Magda. It's nice to feel useful, even if I'm stuck in the bed. I'm just glad you're awake. You might talk to Smokey, too. Old charcoal burner seems to know more about what's in the woods around town than anyone else. That, and he's a known gossip. Oh, I know. He told me that Artemis and Kraft were swimming in the pond together just last week. Oh, Lord, I can't imagine the fit Veronica would have if she knew. Oh, I'm not going to tell. I trust the spirit to convict them since I cannot. Well, Smokey may know who else you should talk to then. You may hear something worth your while at any rate. I'll go talk to him. What about the ruins or the mines? I can't just use books and stories alone. I want to explore whatever is left over from the Romans and before. The salt mine and Roman ruins are the oldest parts of Tassing, so it only makes sense to see what they left behind. Take after your mother. She was always thorough in her research. You always said that's what good artists do, Dad. Be careful, all right? I know the twins mess around near the salt mine, but I don't want you getting hurt. I don't know why Jorg doesn't keep them in line. Always making in trouble, those two. Don't worry about me, Dad. I'll be careful. I need you to run the press a little longer, after all. Don't forget your other chores while you're running around town, all right? You still have a household run. Don't worry, Dad. I'll get everything done. That's my girl. Better get going if I want to do all that today. See you later, Dad. Good luck, Magdalene. Thanks for coming by, Biscuit. The Missing Book. 2 copies of A History of Tassing have both gone missing before the Abbey fire. Martin Bauer stole one. I wonder if he hid the book somewhere before he left. I should ask around. And in fact, I will. Next time on the Phil Jameson stream, where we will play Act 3 of Pentiment. Thanks very much for coming by, everyone. I'll see you then.